Performing their brand new download single live in the studio. Okay, they've parked themselves on our celebrity extra pews. The boys from Westlife. Hello, lads. How are you doing?
Hello. How are you?
It's great to have you on the show. Thanks a million for joining us. Now, before I get into the whole sharp suit and usually slick back hair that you have for this new album, I want to know what's been happening with you for the last kind of year with Westlife. So let's take a look at what you've been up to. Believe it or not, it's already 8 months since Shane, Nikki, Mark and Cian pledged to continue on as a foursome following Brian McFadden's split from the group.
For the last year especially since Lily was born, I haven't really been able to commit 100% to Westlife, and I haven't been able to commit 100% to my family. So I kind of felt it was unfair on both. During their time as a five-piece, Westlife notched up 12 #1 singles, 5 best-selling albums and 2 Brit Awards, not to mention the countless pop-tastic records they've broken along the way. But the big question now is, can they continue this level of success? They've played a sold-out tour already this year, but the tickets were sold before Brian's departure. Their only single as a quartet failed to give the boys their 13th #1, although they did make history by becoming the first ever band to top the official UK download chart. So now comes the real test. They're back with a brand new album, and it's definitely not just more of the same. Instead, they've got stuck into Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin for a collection of big band Rat Pack classics. Okay, the new album is called Allow Us to Be Frank, and it's your first album as a four-piece. Why did you choose to go Rat Pack style-y? Whose idea was that?
Something that I think we just wanted to do a themed album at some point in our career. And I think after Brian left, we were going to do a duets album, but then we thought people might think we were trying to replace him. So we just sat down with Simon Cowell and said, you know, we're looking at doing a themed album, what do you think? And everyone loved the idea. We went in and we recorded Ain't That a Kick in the Head, Mac the Knife, and we haven't looked back since. It's been brilliant.
Okay, let's take a look at you in action for Fly Me to the Moon.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
You look like you had an absolute ball making that video, and you sound so like Frank Sinatra, it is spooky. Did you listen to him constantly?
It's actually him singing it. I just
Do you know what?
his
For a minute I
vocal
thought, that's no way, that's Shane, that's like Frankie singing.
Oh, that's one of my favourite songs, to be honest, Fly Me to the Moon. So I sang it a lot before we did this album. I always used to love that song.
Right.
So I think I've just sang that more than any other song. So that's probably the reason.
Now, there happens to be a duet on this album with somebody I can guarantee no one will ever have heard of before.
No.
A fan.
That's right. Yeah.
Explain to me how that all came about.
Well, her name was Liz Bonnin.
I wish.
It's for a TV show. The idea came up as a TV show originally, where we wanted to kind of go around the country and find a girl to sing on the album with us, to duet on the album with us. Someone who was, nobody knew who she was, obviously, you know, never heard of her before. And we just did kind of like our own little, I suppose, X Factor little thing going around the country, and we were the judges, and we met loads of girls who wanted to sing in our album, and we picked one, and she's very, very good, actually. She's a great singer.
Was she fit as well? Like, did it matter what she looked like?
No, we didn't. Yeah, to be honest with you, we weren't interested in looks whatsoever. It didn't matter what the person looked like. It was all about the voice.
Now, you're taking this whole new sound on tour in the new year. It's called the Red Carpet Tour. Now, obviously, there's going to be other tracks, your previous album.
Of course. Yeah, well, what we don't want people to think, it's not going to be just a pure Rat Pack tour, even though the red carpet kind of suggests glitz and glamour and that type of stuff. We have a kind of theme throughout the whole tour, throughout the whole show, that will kind of incorporate a lot of that stuff. But mainly, to be honest, it'll be a section of Rat Pack, which will be like, you know, 4 or 5 songs during the show at one point. But most of it will be like, you know, some of the Westlife stuff from the past kind of 6 years. You know what I mean? So, no, it'll be cool. Every year when we tour, it's something that we like to do in terms of beating the last year and make a bit of a spectacle of entertainment and stuff. So we're looking forward to, you know, it's been mad being able to tour for 5 years, you know, 5 tours in 5 years, 5 tours in 6 years.
Sure.
So it'll be cool.
Come on. Now, you've travelled all over the world. You've even met the Pope. Did your family meet the Pope as well? Is that right?
Yeah, mum loves that. Actually, I never got the picture. Get the picture.
I never got the picture either, actually. I got a picture of me,
but 3 of us did. Because I'm
He's Mark. He's the
You're
cool.
the Pope's favourite.
Yeah.
I see. How did you get to that then?
Oh, just I don't know. I've met him a few times out in the nightclub and had a few drinks.
Had a few drinks. Was that the most awesome meeting for you, or
Best thing that ever happened to us. The thing is, you can, you know, he's probably he's obviously one of the most famous people in the world, but not many people get to meet him. So to actually meet him, shake his hand, and get a picture with him, and our mums and dads to meet him, they were just absolutely in awe. They couldn't believe they're in the Vatican and all these Michelangelo paintings, and I was just...
You don't know what to say to him, because like, if you meet, I suppose,
I was sweating.
Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or something, you can, I don't know, you can compliment them on a great album, or you can ask them for tickets to the show. But what do you say to the Pope? Do you say, like, if you're talking to God, tell him, you know, put in a good word for us, like, you know what I mean? So
how's God doing these days?
Yeah, how's he doing?
But what's the most outrageous situation you've ever been in since the massive success you've had? When you stood there and gone, this is just nuts.
I think the World Music Awards is one of them.
Really?
Just
Playing 2 nights at Lansdowne Road was amazing.
Oh, Lansdowne Road, I think, our gig in Dublin, yeah.
Why is that then?
It's 40,000 people. Like,
Nice.
Nice.
the thing, we grew up watching Lansdowne Road, like the Irish football games, all that type of stuff. Stop. I got to stop off Mickey. But watching all the football games and rugby games growing up in Lansdowne Road, and then, you know, the whole dream of playing a stadium in the first place, but then to do 2 nights there as well was just mind-boggling for us.
We went to see Robbie the year before.
Yeah, and then
someday, lads, we have to play here. And then we played 2
next
nights
year,
the following
2 nights
year.
as well, which was, you know,
Very
80,000
cool.
people. It's unbelievable.
Etched in the memories. Okay, now Breaking America is on every pop star's to-do list, isn't it, when you come from Europe? How have you found the Americans have taken to you?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think America at the moment is the right type of thing for Westlife, because the music that they're playing over in America at the minute, it's all hip-hop and R&B and all that.
Sure.
A typical example of what happened to us was when we went there the last time, we released World of Our Own, and we sent it out to all the radio stations in America, and they all absolutely loved the song. They went crazy for it, and then they rang up the record company and said, who is it? They said Westlife, and then they didn't play it because of what we are.
Because of a
It's
boy
not
band.
cool. It's just not cool. Pop
It
music
comes from the
isn't
top
that
to
cool
radio.
over
I
there
mean,
at the
DJs might like the song, but they don't put the spins together and the set list and stuff together for what goes on.
Yeah.
You know, what's played, so what airplay is going to be played. So if your boss said the cool thing is not to have a boy band on, or not to have pop stars on, if you like pop music on, well, then there's something you can do about it. And now that trend will change again in America. You know, things change all the time.
Sure.
But if we're still around, great. If not, well, then America will never become a reality for us.
American Idol 2's winner, Ruben Studdard, did release Flying Without Wings. And well, you see, is it his style of singing, which is a bit probably more R&B? Is that why it went to number 2 in the charts over there?
No, I
Well, it went to number
so.
2 because of the back of the TV show. You know what I mean? It was that, millions of people watched the show, bought the record. We didn't really have a problem with somebody else doing it because, you know, we didn't write it. You know, we, I suppose, sang it, but, you know, we weren't the writers of the song. But when you hear someone else do it, you always like to hear a great version of it.
We were annoyed because of the fact, you know, that was our kind of, we felt at the time our golden ticket to America, because it was such an amazing song, and it's probably our best song that we've ever released as a ballad. And I think, you know, that was like, oh, well, that's gone now. So everything happens for a reason, you know. So, you know, maybe America might be on the cards, maybe not. We'll wait and see.
Right, guys, well, seeing as you were in Vegas and you recorded videos over there and all the rest of it, we thought we'd be really clever and bring Vegas back to you. And we're going to play a very clever game called the Celebrity Extra Roulette Quiz. Are you ready for this?
We are ready.
Good stuff. Time to play.
Roulettes get personal.
Have you guys played roulette before? I'm sure you have, if you've been to Vegas.
We have, yeah. We played it on the last night.
Who's really good and who's really rubbish?
Mark are good at it. I'm rubbish at all of
We
it.
stayed up till 9 o'clock in the morning playing this game, so we should have a bit of experience.
Except the rules are a little bit different for this. Now, we tried to recreate Caesar's Palace, but on the budget of a Caesar salad, so this is all you're getting. We've also got a heavy here. Say hello to Big Clive.
Hello, Clive.
Hello, Clive.
Just to make sure there's no kind of untoward behaviour. Right, Nikki, you're going to go first. If it lands on red, you've got to answer the question yourself truthfully. If it lands on black, you can pass it on.
He gets the question.
It's red. What's the most embarrassing thing you've said or done in front of a female fan? And it has to be truthful, because we'll know if you're lying.
I would say probably Breaking Wind would probably be something in front of a fan. Because they have on your wall, they have you on your wall, have
You
me on their wall,
like
and stuff like that, and you're showing autographs and stuff, and then you fart, and it's...
The magic is just totally gone by then. Does he? Does he palm?
I'm actually not that bad. Kane's usually the worst.
No.
Moving on swiftly. Big Clive, spin again. And this is for Mark. And it was a red. It is a red. Okay. When was the last time you were told no?
By who?
By anybody, by your entourage, by, you know, in your celebrity lifestyle. But you can't remember.
Can I have a
I actually can't remember.
Oh yeah, actually
Yeah,
that's what
one
happened.
more drink. No,
I was told
Get
no
out.
from a pub that I wanted to get into the other night in Sligo.
In Sligo, your hometown?
No, but it was after about 4 or 5 in the morning, so understandably they said no.
Oh, look at that one, look.
Red.
Red again.
Clean red.
Red. What do you do that really repulses the rest of the band?
Apart from everything, I would think of something.
Oh, I know what it is, but
I know what it is too.
You say.
No, he knows what it is, and he's going to say it himself.
And you gotta tell the truth because he'll...
I don't know.
I know what it is as well.
I know what it
I pick my teeth and flick it at them.
Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pick your teeth.
He does it all the time.
Is that the thing you were thinking of?
Yeah, that's my hair.
Yeah, I hate when you do it on
What do you find? What do you find to fix your teeth?
It's a meat and stuff.
Brush your teeth.
Oh yeah, I do.
Somebody
Yeah.
flicks it at us. And sometimes it hits you in the cheek or something.
Good grief.
It's red again.
It's red again. Oh, yes it is. Oh, it's red.
There's maggots underneath that
Okay,
red, I'm
now,
telling you.
one of your fans from Swansea, this lady from Swansea, has had your faces tattooed.
Beth Evans,
Beth Evans, yeah. Your face is tattooed on her back. Do you find that a bit freaky, number one? Then I'll ask you the question.
A little bit. It's something that we never thought anybody would do, obviously, but she done it and it's her back, I suppose, so best of luck to her.
Okay, now the real question I want to ask you is what famous person would you have tattooed on your body, and where on your body would you have it done?
I would never, ever tattoo anybody on my back.
If you had to.
Oh, if I had to?
Me.
I'd probably have, like, if I had to have a tattoo of somebody famous, I'd have probably Jesus on the cross or something like that.
That's very good, isn't that? For your mum would be proud.
You know what I mean?
All right, it's break time now, but stay right where you are. It's coming up, I'll be asking Westlife about life after Brian, and they'll be singing live too. And while you're away, get your thinking tackle around today's Seeing Stars. See you in a bit. Right, next up, go on, you go for it again. Which member of Westlife married the eldest daughter of Irish Prime Minister Bertie Ahern? Is it Nicky, Shane, Mark or Cian? Find out after the break.